What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS! The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. And we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, so as always, we got a few stories to talk about. In case you don't know, 65% of people watching this right now aren't subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and that bell so you can support the show. Drop a like, a comment, all of that good stuff. Just in general, interact with the content so we can keep pushing this bad boy forward. That's all I gotta say. I want to jump into these stories. I want to talk. Okay, people, so first up on the agenda, an announcement regarding Toonami. And it is very interesting that this announcement is coming on the heels of, we just talked about in a recent episode of FORNEVERNEWS, that it looks like Cartoon Network and Adult Swim was not doing great at all. Since 2014, in fact, both of them have been falling over like 70% in viewership, and things wasn't looking great. Well, it seems as though they're trying to combat it at the very least with announcements like this, that apparently Toonami is going to be debuting new shows all for like the next month. Let's take a look. Toonami debuts new show every week for next month or so, starting with Assassination Classroom Season 2. Toonami's official Facebook page announced on Friday that the programming block will start airing the second season of the Assassination Classroom anime starting on Sunday at 12:30 a.m. Toonami will air 2 episodes of the show at 12:30 a.m. and 1 a.m. Other anime airing in the programming block early Sunday morning include Blade Runner Black Lotus, Naruto Shippuden, and Cowboy Bebop. Toonami additionally apologized in its Facebook post stating, "We're really sorry that we haven't been able to announce anything before now, but we've been waiting on lots of deals to lock into place." The Facebook post added that the programming block will premiere a new show every week for quote-unquote the next month or so, and will reveal more details about those new shows at a later time. Toonami, of course, began airing the first season of Assassination Classroom back in August of 2020. And also in Toonami news, they also announced another show that is coming to the block. It says here, Toonami airs Made in Abyss anime on January 15th. The official Facebook page for Adult Swim's Toonami programming block announced on Wednesday that the block will begin airing the Made in Abyss anime on Saturday at 1:30 a.m. effectively Sunday. The full lineup for January 15th includes at 12 a.m. Blade Runner Black Lotus, 12:30 a.m. Assassination Classroom, 1 a.m. Assassination Classroom, and then it says 1:30 Made in Abyss, 2 a.m. Shippuden, 2:30 a.m. So they definitely know that, you know, Naruto Shippuden fans will still stick around even if it's at 2 a.m. to come through. And then 3 and 3:30 Cowboy Bebop. So yeah, while the lineup to me personally isn't the greatest, I've seen Toonami with some insane blocks and whatnot, like Blade Runner Black Lotus. I don't know how many people that's going to be bringing in, although if they're putting it at 12 a.m. either they invested a lot into it or it's doing very well for them. But the lineup doesn't sound the greatest in the world, but the fact that they're adding in newer shows and things like that, Made in Abyss has a pretty big fan base and whatnot. At the very least, they're trying, you know what I'm saying? Toonami is trying their best to fight and get some viewership. So shout outs to it. I personally don't want to see Toonami die or anything like that. Like, it's a massive staple in anime and manga fandom and culture, but I feel like it's the inevitable, and stuff like this is really dope. But because giants like, you know, streaming giants in particular like Netflix and stuff are grabbing all the shows nowadays, it's not as easy for Toonami to get the latest and greatest on their block. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. But yeah, shout outs to Toonami regardless. Yeah, it's Toonami. It's legendary. Next up, we got some manga information. Basically, I don't want to say a rise and fall because it's kind of been a little bit, for the most part, stable for a bit now. But basically, we got a big insight and look into the Boruto manga sales and success and lack thereof in certain areas. Let's read, again, courtesy of Jos_Ke. He said, Boruto manga sales evolution, Japan. As other sequels, it has the usual big start and quickly downfall, but after the V-jump switch moment, the series sales entered a stable phase, and there it continues. And you see right here, like, volume 1, it started with, wow, 350,000 sales. That's not bad at all, to be honest with you. And then you see volume 2, which I'd imagine it didn't help it at all that the first however many volumes was of, you know, the Boruto Naruto the movie stuff. Like, I'm always gonna say that when they do things like that, that is a massive mistake. The fact that they readapted that thing so many times, you had the movie, you had the manga, you had the TV anime, like, how many times do you want us to experience this damn content? You might as well just have it on reruns, you know what I'm saying? So the first volume did 350, second volume did a little under 300, then the anime started in between 2 and 3, and that didn't really help shit. Like, honestly, you could tell that the anime didn't really do anything for the manga sales. It's literally, they have two separate fan bases altogether, and then you just see it goes down, down, down. But around between volumes 8 and 9 is when it switched from being monthly in Weekly Shonen Jump to being a V-Jump magazine manga, and for whatever reason, that actually helped to stabilize it. Like, it's still slowly going down. Like, as you can see, at like volume 9, it was closer to 150, and by volume 15, it's like closer to 100,000 or whatnot, so it's still slightly going down, but for the most part, it's somewhat stable. I'm curious if it had a very big, you know, revitalization, like I've been saying for a while, like when the time skip comes, for example. Is that going to do anything for the manga? Are they going to rebrand the manga when the time skip comes, depending on where the story is going to go there? Is it going to just continue to just be called Boruto? They're going to change that? How's the anime going to do? Are they going to do a film? I highly, highly encourage, if anybody in Studio Pierrot wants my opinion, which I know y'all don't, I know y'all got experts and all that jazz, but I would highly encourage doing a massive film in between Boruto and Boruto Z, Boruto, whatever you want to subtitle it as. Put a big film in between, showcasing that Boruto has changed, it's darker, it's grittier, things is happening. Maybe, you know, something big happened with Kakashi, oh my god, Tsunade, like some very massive things that they could do to kind of market it that this isn't the Boruto that you remember that people were shitting on. And 2021 already gave Boruto a better name than it ever had. The anime in 2021 made a lot of people look and say, oh shit, I didn't know Boruto had that type of gas. Now is where you could keep your foot on the pedal and take it another step further, because if we're stable with these manga sales between, again, volumes 9 and 15, it's only very slowly dipping, you could put a little bit extra muscle and really crank it up a notch. I think that they can do it. I think Boruto, looking at these sales, that is not dramatically dropping anymore since around like volume 9, like it's decreasing, but not insanely. We could do something. We could work with this. And I think having the anime more so feel more closer to the manga will definitely benefit the sales. Like, I think that that's something that the anime airing didn't do anything for the manga back then, because remember, the anime airing also started off with like filler stuff before even the Boruto Naruto the movie stuff. Like, it was just a mess the way they started all this. Now's a good opportunity. Put some marketing dollars behind it. Studio Pierrot, do a movie, or if you're gonna, you know, do the TV anime time skip or whatnot, really market it heavy that this is Boruto a little bit older now, something you might like if you're an older Naruto fan. You'll get the Boruto fans to continue on, you'll get the old Naruto fans to tune in right there. We already got them. Everybody loved Boruto 2021's anime. Let's go. Okay, people, next up, something very, very interesting regarding Manga Plus. Apparently, Manga Plus is used, the data at the very least, for determining which titles will get anime adaptations. Let's read. Manga Plus editor explains why Shonen Jump Plus handles overseas distribution in-house. Shueisha editor Yuto Momiyama, who manages Weekly Shonen Jump's Shonen Jump Plus and Manga Plus online services, wrote a blog post to explain why the Shonen Jump Plus editorial department manages overseas distribution through Manga Plus in-house. First, he explained that it is typical for publishers to sell the overseas publishing rights to foreign companies through the overseas licensing department, and that this system continues to deliver positive results. However, Manga Plus is managed by Shueisha directly because Momiyama wants it to be a core part of Weekly Shonen Jump's editorial approach. According to Momiyama, the role of a manga magazine is to quote-unquote deliver new and interesting manga to the world. To achieve this, Weekly Shonen Jump makes extensive use of polls and reader feedback. With the data from Manga Plus, the editorial department can now keep track of the international reception from a very early stage of serialization. Also, because the international market is so important for the anime industry, Manga Plus data is already being used to help decide which titles get anime adaptations. Momiyama also predicted that overseas manga market will become even more important in the future. Manga Plus currently has 5 million monthly active users. He also pointed to a Kodansha report stating that that roughly 20% of manga sales currently come from overseas. At Shueisha, he has heard that overseas manga sales have apparently doubled in 2021 compared to the previous year. He highlighted the popularity of Kaiju number 8 in particular, the first volume of which sold 250,000 copies in France alone, despite the higher unit price for manga volumes compared to Japan. Momiyama predicted that the ratio of domestic to overseas sales will be equal in 10 years' time. And I'll be honest with you, that right there, that article right there, heavily makes me want to use the Manga Plus app moving forward, because if that gives them some insight of, hey, a lot of people are really liking this series on this app, maybe we should give it a good anime adaptation because it already has some of fan base. So if you're one of those people that you want to support a certain series and you want it to get a great anime adaptation or whatnot, one of the best things you could do, if they're using metrics and whatnot from Manga Plus, wherever there's a poll on there, whatever they have going on over there, if you want your favorite series to get a good anime adaptation or just get an anime adaptation in general to last and whatnot, Manga Plus seems like the way to go. Like, there's a few different apps out there and whatnot that they got official legitimate apps. It looks like for supporting the series you want, to get the anime adaptations you want, the best thing to do is to use Manga Plus. And believe me, I'm not sponsored, although I would love it. Hit me up, I'm here. Yeah, Manga Plus seems like a very useful tool for fans that want to support a series and want to get a series going if they're using metrics and data and all that stuff from Manga Plus to go and move forward with different ideas and whatnot. Hell's freaking yeah, I am going on there. Next up, just a small little thing that I wanted to add in the episode. Fantasy battle manga Yomi no Sugai, color page by Fullmetal Alchemist creator Hiromu Arakawa in the latest monthly Shonen Gangan issue 2. And I'm not even gonna lie, this cover, it doesn't look the greatest in terms of coloring or whatnot, but this manga Yomi no Sugai, in case you missed, I made a video recommending, highly recommending it, saying it was probably the best first chapter of a new manga I read in 2021. This looks gas. You should check it out. I just wanted to throw that in there. And if they're giving it another color page, they're really rallying behind Hiromu Arakawa, and I think she got one. I think give it a few years, let it build up and whatnot. This monthly Shonen Gangan series, Yomi no Sugai, is going to be a hit. I'm calling it right now. I got a lot of support for this one because it's really freaking good. Like, that first chapter blew my mind. Yeah, just wanted to show you guys, share you guys this really awesome image. Next up, just a small update for Jujutsu Kaisen, because y'all know we talk about sales all the time of all sorts of stuff. Well, we got a little bit of insight in one of the novels sales. It says here, Jujutsu Kaisen Thorny Road to Dawn novel has 322,000 copies in circulation, and on the cover is of Kugisaki Nobara, and it's an interesting cover. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not the biggest novel fan per se. Like, I don't go, like, I got some novels and whatnot, and I've read a few of them, in particular the Naruto one. I know, Naruto, okay, whatever. This one I'd probably pick up because I'm a massive Jujutsu Kaisen fan, and it's kind of crazy to see a freaking novel of Jujutsu Kaisen doing, you know, 322,000 copies. Like, that's not unheard of per se, but we're just in a different era, man. We're in a different era where these manga fans really are going out and supporting it. It's a little bit different over there in Japan than over here. Like, I'm not sure exactly the prices of novels. I know manga over there is dirt cheap. Like, you can get a volume for like $2 equivalent over there. So if a novel is even, let's just say, the same price, a little more, a little less, yeah, that helps. But yeah, shout outs to Jujutsu Kaisen, 322,000 copies on a novel, Thorny Road to Dawn. And yeah, Kugisaki Nobara. Getting a little hot in here for my little Nobara. Nah, shout outs to JJK though. Next up, it definitely seems like they're not letting off the gas for a moment when it comes to the World Trigger series, because according to this, it says World Trigger Festival 2022 key visual. There's a key visual that they're doing a festival. The event will be held on February 27th at Tokyo Dome City Hall with appearances from voice actors and more. So this could mean that they're going to announce another season, because right now I think they're doing season 3 of World Trigger, if I'm not mistaken, which really is just, I'll be honest with you, those are one of the instances where they're taking 24 episodes, which would be typically a season, and they said, oh no, 12 episodes is for season 2 and 12 episodes is for season 3, despite the fact that season 1 was like 70 episodes or something like crazy. Like, you know, the first season of World Trigger had a lot of episodes. So it's clear what they're trying to do. They're changing up their approach of release and marketing and all that jazz. But yeah, if they're doing a big festival and they got a key visual for it, they might be announcing more. Maybe they could be announcing a World Trigger movie. Could be the end of World Trigger. Who the hell knows? But they definitely got some big plans if they're doing all of this. But yeah, people, just a little bit of World Trigger news for you. Okay, people, next up, massive news for My Hero Academia. Honestly, I saw it coming eventually that they got to do something else with the franchise in terms of gaming or whatnot, but we got a new console game coming out. However, based on the images and whatnot, people aren't all that excited and enthusiastic because, well, let's read for starters. It says here, My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble announced. It's a battle royale console game. And taking a look at the visuals on the promotional poster, for starters, of course, you see Bakugo all the way at the top. You got All Might, and he's like rescuing some sort of kid. Then you got on the other side, you got Shigaraki. You got, again, Bakugo, like it looks like he's in back of Shigaraki. And then in the second poster, you have, again, some action gameplay. It looks like All Might fighting Bakugo. And I'll be honest with you, graphically and character design and all that jazz, just like looking at it from the aesthetics, it looks straight up like One's Justice. It doesn't look any different. And that's one of the big things that I was kind of shocked. Like, I thought if we're going to go, you know, round 2 for My Hero Academia games, we're going to go maybe a whole different direction, because One's Justice, while it was cool, I ain't gonna lie, I had a little bit of fun playing it, whatnot, it still wasn't the greatest games in the world. In fact, a lot of people were disappointed with them. So to see that they're recycling mechanics and stuff, like Bandai Namco, it looks like they cheaped out with this one. But there's a little bit more info here, because for starters, it says some additional details on My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble, and this is all courtesy of PS360 HD2. Shout outs to my guy. It says free to play, so it's gonna be a whoa, oh, okay, I thought that this was going to be like you know, pay $60 type of game. It's a free to play console game. Interesting. Okay, free to play battle royale, 3 players from a team in 24 player matches. There's a closed beta announced, more details coming soon, and it looks like for now the beta might be PS4 only. And the game is coming to PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. So no PS5 announcement. And it says, yeah, the closed beta will only be on PS4 according to Katayan on the scan. Other platforms are gradually being worked on. Wow, so it's going to be a free-to-play console game. It's going to have a battle royale mechanic to it, and 3 players form a team in 24-player matches. I don't know, man. This is weird. I'll be honest with you. And it looks like this is a direction that is unfortunate, and I don't like that it's going this way, but it is going this way now that we got this one as well. It looks like Namco Bandai, they want to utilize as very little money and delivering new stuff, new content as possible, because let's just double back real quick to that big Dragon Ball scare game. What is it, the Breakers or whatnot? The Breakers is literally just recycling and reusing materials from Dragon Ball Xenoverse, like the character models, the backgrounds, and all that stuff. It's straight up just hide and seek with the Xenoverse game. So they're doing that with Dragon Ball. Now you come to My Hero, and they're doing a free-to-play, which they're probably going to have like in-game buys and all that jazz and whatnot, but they're doing a free-to-play console game, recycling One's Justice mechanics, character models, and stuff like that. Namco Bandai, you're going down a very terrible route. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying, people pay a lot of money for a lot of these games and whatnot, and I mean, I guess because it's free to play, like, yay, but you know what I'm saying, ideally I want some new and innovative games. If you can't think of anything else but to do battle royale games, try something else. I'm not gonna lie, just try something else. Try a platformer, try something else, because first of all, the genre itself is getting stale. Anime fighting games, like, you know, there's a lot of anime games that just don't do well and aren't all that entertaining. I hate to pick on it, but that One Punch Man, a hero nobody played, that shit was doo-doo bread. And it looks like they're just continuing, you know, Jump Force, as successful as it was mainly successful because of the marketing of, like, yo, I got Asta, I got Deku, I got Goku, I got Luffy, I got Naruto, like, I got all of the characters that I love in one game, but people hated the mechanics of it. These battle royale games is starting to become stale, and then on top of that, they're recycling materials and stuff. What are you doing, Bandai? Come on. So new My Hero Academia console game, but it's not all that exciting, to be honest with you, because, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play it, check it out, see what it's worth, but Bandai, let's not go down this dark route, because it's getting dark. We're going to the dark ages of Namco Bandai anime games. Okay, people, and lastly, I wanted to end it off with a really cool little just update on Mashle. Haven't talked about it in a while. It says Mashle will be taking the cover of Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 8 of 2022 to celebrate its 2nd anniversary with an extended 26-page chapter. anime when? I'm pretty sure we're getting that anime announcement this year, hands down. If we're at the 2nd year anniversary, that's about 100 chapters. Usually a manga around the 100 chapter mark gets announced that it's getting an anime adaptation. Mashle already is selling very well, doing anywhere from 80 to 100,000 in its first full week of sales with the manga. It's only a matter of time, and if they're doing covers and stuff like that, they might be gearing up. We didn't get it at Jump Festa because we had all the big, Bleach and all that other stuff, but they're probably going to give it to us soon, and I'm looking forward to it because Mashle is pretty freaking hype and awesome. And yeah, people, that's all the stories we have for today's episode. I'm curious what you guys think. Most important story, favorite story, anything you want to see me cover that I didn't in future episodes. Drop me a comment, let me know. I'm always on the lookout to see what you guys want to hear me cover and discuss. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVERNEWS. Have an awesome day.
You